So I'd like to provide a little bit background about myself. My name is Rod. I've always wanted to fly airplanes my entire life. And one of those kind of bit by the bug, as we call it in the flying community, the flying bug. So I've always known I wanted to be a pilot. And the career started very early on. The age of 16 is when I started to fly. Obviously with the support of my parents, which obviously very blessed, very lucky to have a family that supported me in that process. By the age of 17, in fact, my 17th birthday, got my private pilot's license. From there, I worked on my commercial CFI II multi-commercial within that year. So that on my 18th birthday, I took my commercial. The next day was a CFI. If you're not familiar with aviation much, that is, I became a flight instructor. The day after that, I became an instrument-rated flight instructor, or CFII as we call it. Then I took on my multi-commercial check ride 2 weeks later and started to instruct. I was instructing, obviously, as a flight instructor out of Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, prior to starting my Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University career down in Daytona Beach. That period of time, I went to school as an instructor while I was a student. I was in the very, very first new hire class of instructors post 9/11 at Embry-Riddle. I started with them back in 2002. So due to AP credits in high school, plus all of the certificates and licenses and everything, a lot of credits brought into the program. I did the program super fast and ended up graduating in 05 with honors amongst the very best top 10 students in the class. And that led me to, very quickly, I got an internship while I was there at Riddle, the only flying internship post 9/11, which was flying King Airs out of South Florida. So, you know, SIC in the King Air, obviously an unpaid internship. Started out, making no money, as I'm sure you're familiar, if you know a little bit about the aviation community. And started flying that. Because of the turbine time, I got picked up by ExpressJet Airlines, which had just broken off from back in the day Continental Express, and became ExpressJet. I was with them in 06 all the way to 2014. I almost completed a total of 9 years there with the company. I was a captain there for several years, of course. Now, because of the 2008 crisis, 2008 financial crisis, I was only a captain there for about 3.5 years instead of what could have been most of my time there as captain. And that led me to one of our major carriers today here in America that I fly for. Obviously, our business and our channel, no affiliations at the present time, so it'll remain unnamed, but it is one of our major legacy national carriers here in America. And I got hired in a really good time, gigantic hiring boom back in 2014. So I already made the upgrade with this carrier. So I was a captain for several years. And as of this recording, I was forcibly downgraded because of the financial crisis. Airline industry and the aviation industry got hit hard by this crisis is a profound understatement, because our product was ruled, was canceled in effect. International travel is also an agreement between the countries, and it occurs with federal approval. So our business got pretty much shut down. As a consequence, staffing has decreased greatly. And because of that, I have been once again moved over to the right seat as a first officer, currently flying a 737. Before that, I was a captain on MD-88 aircraft, also known as the Mad Dog. And altogether, as I'm starting the channel here, coming up on 11,000 hours almost 4,000 PIC. Aspect of the business is to bring the aeronautical content. There's an infinite amount of content that we can be covering from the technical standpoints of aviation, from all the way to basics to equipment tests and reviews, product reviews, to, all the way up to, advanced aeronautical information, technical, scientific, science-based, and we can definitely tackle the subjects that the audience, you guys, would like for me to go a little bit in depth with. So if you have any burning questions, please do leave in the comment section down below. We will be addressing it. Hundreds of videos already planned for the future, so that's really good. Extra stuff that we're going to be covering in the channel as well. We're looking to expand into some of my biggest passions outside of aviation. So I am extremely spoiled in the sense that I have grown in my career, and my career was a calling. So I, throughout my entire life, have had the absolute distinguished pleasure of working in something that I love tremendously. So that leads to, at least for me, being a very passionate individual. As a youngster, I used to race go-karts a little bit. Never got too serious, didn't have the money to do it. To be in racing, and that's true upper class sport from a financial standpoint. Back then in particular, I'd just go around a go-kart track every weekend for some time, enough for me to fall in love with it, head over heels. So as the channel grows, definitely would like to be exploring some of those hobbies and passions that I have as well. And one of the major ones would be automotive and racing proper on a racetrack. So look forward to that. Hopefully you can enjoy that content with me as well as we go in the process of creating it. Of course, please, the currency of YouTube is subscribers and views. So go ahead, please do like and subscribe, and welcome to the channel. It is a tremendous pleasure to have you here, and we're going to be creating lots of content with the focus in the aeronautical science and aviation, and talking about also content that you guys would like for me to address. So definitely welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for joining us, and welcome aboard.